السلام عليكم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين आज भी
Rahim Huzur says that today as well, from today, once again, I am going to start the mention of Sahaba participating in Badr. The Sahabi which I am going to mention, the first name among those, Abdullah bin Tariq. Allama Zuhri says that Abdullah bin Tariq, he participated in Ghazwa Badr, and Urwa has mentioned his name, he mentioned as he was associated with Ansar. He was from Ansar tribe, Banu Zafar. He was from them. According to Ibn Hashas, he was from tribe. He was from another tribe. Hazrat Abdullah bin Tuair was his, from mother's side, he was the real brother. Hazrat Abdullah bin Tariq's mother, Banu Nimra, from branch, and Abdullah bin Tariq, he participated in Ghazwa Badr and Uhud, and on the incident of Raji, both of them, they embraced martyrdom. Hazrat Abdullah bin Tariq, he was among those 6 companions, or according to some tradition, including the tradition from Bukhari, he was among those people who were on the 3rd Hijrah. At the end of that, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he sent him to 2 tribes of Kara, so that regarding they can give some advice regarding the religion and give them the education of the Quran. When these people, when they arrived in Raji, that is a fountain in Hijaz, which was under the control of Kabila Uzair, they showed rebellion, and they encircled these companions, and through rebellion they fought with them. From among them, the 7 Sahabi are like this: Qasim bin Sabit, Marsad bin Khubayb bin Adi, Khalid bin Bukair, Zaid bin Dasna, Hazrat Abdullah bin Tariq, and Hazrat Mu'attab bin Ubair. Hazrat Marsad and Khalid and Qasim, and Mu'attab bin Umair, they all got martyred. Hazrat Khubayb and Abdullah bin Tariq and Hazrat Zaid, they surrendered, and the non-believers captivated them. And when they arrived in the place Zahran, which is about 5 miles away, valley from Mecca, when they arrived there, Abdullah bin Tariq, he got his hand out of the and when the non-believers looked at, they pushed back and then started throwing stones, and he was martyred, and his grave is there. Waqia Raji, after the migration, it was in the 36th month, in the month of Safar. Hazrat Hassan, in his poetry, mentioning these people, he says, he says that these verses, the first verses, the meaning is this, that Ibn Dasna and Ibn Tariq, they were among those people, and the death met them where it was destined. And the first verse means, he says in that Allah Almighty gave the mercy to them who on the occasion of Raji, they were martyred one by one, and they were rewarded and they were blessed by Allah. Waqia Raji, regarding that, the incident of Raji, in some narrations about companion I have mentioned before as well, that but some more summary which written by Hazrat Mirza Bashir Ahmad Sahib, I give the summary of that. That the Holy Prophet ﷺ, from every side he was receiving very horrible news regarding the attack of the non-believers and their planning. And because of Battle of Uhud, the non-believers were getting very much encouraged and very active, and there was really fear was being felt from them. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, accordingly, in the month of Safar, on the 4th of date, he prepared a party of his companions, 10 of them, and Asim bin Sabit was appointed Amir of that party, and commanded them that secretly they should go closer to Mecca and find out the details about the non-believers and see that what do they have the plans and what is their plan, and then inform him regarding everything. But this party has not yet started, and from other tribes there were two people. Some people came and they said that in our tribes there are many people who are inclined towards Islam, and you send some people along with us who could tell us about Islam and give us some teaching of Islam so that we can accept Islam. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, when he came to know about this desire, that party which was prepared to go to find out about the non-believers, instead of going there, they were sent with these people. But as it proved later on, these people were liars. Banu Lahyan, at the instigation of that, they came to Medina, and the chief of them, Sufyan bin Khalid, in order to take the revenge of his murder, they sent these people that in this way the Muslims will come out of Medina and we are going to attack them. And Banu Lahyan, for this purpose, the reward of that was for Adal Qara. These are the people, many camels were declared as the price. And when these people from Adal and Qara, when they came halfway, then they sent a message secretly to Banu Lahyan that these people are coming with us, so you come out to take your revenge. And when the Kabila, the tribe Lahyan, 200 people and 130 were archers, when they came out, when they were asked to come out, and on the place of Raji, they confronted the Muslims. There were only 10 Muslims, and according to some narration, there was only 7. So these, how they could confront or protect themselves from these people who were well equipped, 200 people, how could they protect themselves and confront these people? But the Muslims, by the grace of Allah, they were very much strong in their faith, and it was not in their nature to surrender. So these people immediately, they took this tactic that they went on to the high place nearby, and the kuffar who who did not treat the deception as something bad. So they called them that you come down from the top of the mountain and we give you the promise we are not going to kill you. Asim replied that your promise is, we do not trust in that. And we cannot fulfill, we cannot, come down at your responsibility. And then Asim raised his face to the sky and said to Allah, Allah, you know what is our condition, you let the Holy Prophet know about our condition. Anyway, Asim and his companions, they confronted, and in their battle, they embraced martyrdom. When 7 of them, all of them, they were all martyred, and Ubaid and Zaid bin Dasna and Abdullah bin Tariq, these 3 companions, they only survived. So then the kuffar, the non-believers, who wished that they would capture them alive, and they said that even now you come down, and we promise that we are not going to give you any harm. This time, these people, they believed in their promise, and they were caught into their net when they came down. And immediately as they came, these non-believers, they from their bows and arrows, they attacked upon them, and Khubab and his companion Ubair and Abdullah bin Tariq, these 3 companions, they could not control themselves. Khubab and Zaid and Tariq, they could not bear that, and they loudly said that this is your breach of contract, and which you have done again, and we don't know what you are going to do in the future. And Abdullah refused to go along with that. On that, the non-believers, they dragged Abdullah and beat him and dragged him, and then he killed him and threw him there. And now when their revenge was over, so in order to please the Quraysh, Abdullah bin Tariq, that is what it's meant here, and it is detailed is there that how he was taken that, and in one narration that he took his hands off and he was get ready to attack, but he was pelted with stones and killed. And anyway, whatever it was, those people were martyred, and they were thrown, their bodies were thrown there. Now that their revenge was over, in order to please the Quraysh, and with the greed of wealth, Khubab and Zaid, they took them with them and went to Mecca, and then they sold it there. So Khubab, Haris bin Amir bin Nafil, their sons, they purchased, because he had killed one of their relative, and another person was also purchased by another one. This is Khubab. This narration is there that when he was in captivity, and a child came to him while playing from the non-believers in that house where he was, and Khubab took that person into his lap, and the child's mother was very worried, but he said that I am not going to give any harm. He had a blade in his hand, and that's why the mother was very much worried. But he said, I am not going to give any harm. And he got martyred later on in the incident of Raji, when he refused to go along with the non-believers. He stayed there. The other companion, Aqil bin Bukair, he was related to Banu Saad. Aqil, the first name was Kafil, and when he accepted Islam, the Holy Prophet ﷺ gave him the name of Aqil. And the history book tells that the name of the father is Bukair. In some books, Abu Bukair is also written. His father, during the period of ignorance, he was related to some other people, and Hazrat Aqil, Hazrat Amir, Hazrat Ayas, and Hazrat Khalid. All these four brothers, they were sons of Bukair, and collectively in Dar-e-Arqam they accepted Islam, and these were the first people who accepted Islam in Dar-e-Arqam. Hazrat Aqil, Hazrat Tayas, for the migration they went from Mecca to Medina, and they collected all the people, men and women, and all the children. They migrated collectively, and there was no one left in their homes, and so much so that their doors were closed. And Hazrat Rifa bin Munzir, they stayed with him, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Hazrat Aqil and Hazrat Mubashir bin Munzir, between them he established the brotherhood between them. Both of them, they accepted, they received martyrdom in Badr, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Hazrat Aqil and Hazrat Mujazzar bin Ziyad, he established the brotherhood between the two. Hazrat Aqil, on the day of Badr, he was 34. He got martyrdom at that time. Malik bin Zuhair, Jushamin, killed him. Ibn Ishaq says that Hazrat Yas and his brother and Hazrat Khalid and Hazrat Amir, apart from them, we do not know any four brothers who were all participated together in Ghazwa Badr. And Zayd bin Aslam narrates that the son of Bukair, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, they came to him and said that, O Prophet of Allah, our daughter, our sister should be married to such and such person. The Holy Prophet said that, what do you think about Bilal? That meant that these four brothers, some of them, all of them, they came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and mentioned this thing about the marriage proposal of their sister, and they were not satisfied with the reply, and they went, and second time when they came and asked the same thing, and they said, O Prophet of Allah, please get our sister married to such and such person. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, what do you think about Bilal? Again and again they went back, and for the third time they came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and submitted that please arrange the marriage of our sister with such and such person. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, what do you think about Bilal? And said that regarding this such a person, what do you think, who is from the people of paradise? At that time they agreed and got their sister married to Hazrat Bilal. And the next companion, Zayd bin Harsa is the name. Father's name Harsa bin Shurabil is also mentioned. Mother was Sauda bin Salba. Zayd was from Banu Khuzar tribe, who was a very honored tribe in Yemen. Hazrat Zayd was very young. His mother took her to Mecca, and from Banu Can there were some riders going there, and they stayed with them. So they picked up Hazrat Zayd, who was a child, and took as a slave, and then took it to the market of Ukaz, and on 400 dirham he was sold. And he, Hakim bin Hizam, his auntie Hazrat Khadija bint Khalid, he presented Hazrat Zayd to Hazrat Khadija, and later on Hazrat Khadija, along with all his slaves, Hazrat Zayd was also handed over to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. According to one tradition, when Hazrat Zayd was purchased and brought to Mecca, his age was only 8 years. when Hazrat Zaid disappeared, was lost, his father was very much worried. And after that, some people from Banu Kalb, they went to Mecca for pilgrimage. They recognized Zaid. Hazrat Zaid told them that you tell my family about me that Banu Maad, in a very respectable family, I live there. So please don't worry anything about me. Banu Kalb, the people of that, they informed his father. He said that I swear in the name of Rabbi Kaaba, the Lord of Kaaba, was he my son? And when the people told him more detail, then Hazrat Uncle Harsa, and they started towards Mecca. In the Mecca, they came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and after on the payment, some payment, they requested that he should be freed. The Holy Prophet ﷺ asked Hazrat Zaid, and but Hazrat Zaid refused to go with his father and uncle. The detail of this incident, Hazrat Muslim Maud Razillah Ta'ala Anhu has mentioned in this way, that when Hazrat Khadija Razillah Ta'ala Anha married the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, so she was she understood that I'm wealthy and he is not wealthy, so he would have to ask so many things, and this thing might be such that the Holy Prophet would not like to. She was very intelligent, so how this our life will be spent as such. She was very intelligent and very clever lady, and she thought that if the whole wealth, if I give the whole wealth that I possess to him, then the Holy Prophet ﷺ will not feel that this has been given to me by my wife, but he would be able to spend as he likes. So there was only few days passed by after the marriage. The Hazrat Khadija told the Holy Prophet ﷺ, said that I want to make a proposal. If you give the permission, then I propose that. Present that proposal. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that what is that proposal? Hazrat Khadija said that I have decided that all my wealth and all my slaves I am going to hand over to you, and that will be your property from now on. You kindly accept that, and I will be very pleased if you accept, and very good fortune for me. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, when he listened, he said, Khadija, have you decided after full thought, if you give all the wealth to me, so that wealth will become mine and that will no longer belong to you? Hazrat Khadija said, yes, I have fully thought over it, and I have understood very clearly that this is the best way of spending the life peacefully with you. And he said that think once again, think twice. Hazrat Khadija said that I have fully thought over this proposal. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that yes, if you have thought over it, then all the wealth and all the slaves are given to me. So though I don't think that I don't like that anybody else like me should say that they are slaves, I would set free the slaves. Hazrat Khadija Razillah Ta'ala Anha said that now this is your property. Whichever way you want to do, you can do. The Holy Prophet ﷺ was very happy. He came out and he came to Khana Kaaba, and he announced there that Khadija has given the whole possession and whole wealth and the slaves to me. I set free all these slaves today. Hazrat Muslim Maud Razillah Ta'ala Anhu writes that if somebody gets the wealth, so then he would say, let's buy a motor, let's buy a dwelling house. And or maybe some people may think, I have seen some matters come to me, that when the wife gives some wealth to the husband, so these people, they deny, except for their physical responsibilities, they are not ready to do anything else. They say that now your wealth is our, and you are now our slave. But the thinking of the Holy Prophet ﷺ was totally different, that the wealth should be spent for the sake of Allah, for the sake of religion, and this slavery of human beings that is there, that should be stopped and finished. Anyway, this desire which came to his mind was that those people who are servants of Allah like me, and they have the intellect and power like me, why they should serve as a slave? It is not only for the Arabs, but for the whole world. This was something very strange. But he announced that. And as such, when he got all the wealth, so then he showed utmost generosity. And when the Holy Prophet ﷺ announced like that I set free all my slaves today. So all the other slaves, they went back. Only Zaid bin Harsa, who was known as his son later on, and he came, that you have set me free, but I don't want to be free from my position. I would like to stay with you. The Holy Prophet said that you go to your country, to place, meet your parents and others, and you are free. But Hazrat Zaid said that love and affection I have seen in you. Because of that, you are my most beloved person. And the robbers, they took him at a young age and then sold him in the market. So from hand to hand, finally he came to Hazrat Khadija, and his father and uncle, they were very much worried. They came, they were very much worried, and they say that when they came in Mecca, then they came to know in Arab, and they came to know that he is in Mecca. And when they came to Mecca, they came to know that he is in the custody of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They came to the Holy Prophet and said that because of your nobility and kindness and generosity, our son is a slave with you. So whatever price you may like, we are ready to give, but you kindly free him. His mother is very old, and because of the grief, she is weeping and crying, and she has become blind. So if whatever price you say, we will give you, and you take and then set them free. And the Holy Prophet told them that your son is not my slave, I have already set him free. So then he called Zaid, that your father and your uncle have come to take you, and your mother is very old, and she has turned blind because of weeping all the time. So I set you free. You are not my slave, you can go with them. Hazrat Zaid replied that you have set me free, no doubt, but I don't want to be free. I consider myself to be your slave. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ again, that your mother is in great distress, and see that your father and your uncle from long distance in great distress they have come, so you go and accompany them. And the father and the uncle also persuaded him, but Hazrat Zaid refused to go along with them and said that maybe you are my father and my uncle and you love me, but that relationship I have developed and established with him, that cannot be broken now. And I am very sad to hear that my mother is in great distress, but leaving the Holy Prophet ﷺ, I cannot live in peace. The distress of my mother, it's a very sorrowful thing, it's one side. But when Hazrat Zaid mentioned all these things, then the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he went to the Khana Kaaba and he announced there that the love that Zaid has shown, that today Hazrat Zaid is my son. At that his brother, his father and uncle, they were very happy, and they went back very happily because they had knew that he is spending a very enjoyable life with the peace and this is the example of the noble character of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, that the Holy Prophet ﷺ showed utmost kindness to him. Regard Sirat Khatamun Nabiyyin, in this incident is related like this, that his father and uncle, when they came to take him back, the Holy Prophet ﷺ told Zaid that from me you are totally free to go. And the Zaid replied that I cannot leave you alone, I cannot go back. For me, you are more dear to me than my father and my uncle. At that, Hazrat, his father this is something new which is written. He became very angry. And he said that you prefer the slavery over the freedom. We are here to get your freedom, and you are prefer the slavery. And Zaid said, yes, I have seen such qualities in him that I cannot give preference to anyone else over him. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, when he listened to this reply, so immediately stood up and then took Hazrat Zaid to Khana Kaaba and said loudly that, O people, be witness that from today I set free Hazrat Zaid, and I also take him as my son, although he was free, but he will be my inheritors, my heir, and I will be his heir. From that day onward, when the announcement was made by the Holy Prophet, so instead of Zaid bin Harsa, that he was known as Zaid bin Muhammad. But after the migration, when this instruction came from Allah Almighty that these so-called sons should not be taken as a real son, so then again it was changed and he continued to be called as Zaid bin Harsa. But the love and kindness of the Holy Prophet ﷺ with this person, it remained the same, rather day by day it increased. And at the demise of Hazrat Zaid, his son Hazrat Usama bin Zaid, who was from Ayman, a female slave, and he treated him very nicely. One quality of Hazrat Zaid was that from out of all companions, his name is the one which is clearly mentioned in so many words. The name of Hazrat Zaid has been mentioned in the Holy Quran. In another tradition, it is also mentioned that Hazrat Zaid's elder brother, Hazrat Jabala, he says that I came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and requested him that you please send my younger brother with me. So maybe this is the second time it happened. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, this your brother, if he wants to go with you, he is totally free. I will not stop him at all. Hazrat Zaid said that, O Prophet of Allah, I will not give preference to anyone over you. Hazrat Jabla says that then I said that the opinion of my brother was much better than my own opinion. So with that reference, this tradition is also mentioned that Hazrat Jabla, who was older than Hazrat Zaid, once he was asked that who is older than you or Hazrat Zaid? He said that Zaid is older than me, although I was born before him. And he meant that Hazrat Zaid is senior to me in accepting Islam. Hazrat Abdullah bin Umar Razillahu anhuma narrates, Abdullah bin Umar, that this freed slave, Hazrat's slave of the Holy Prophet ﷺ bin Harsa, we used to call him Zaid bin Muhammad. And until the time when the verse came, Uduhum li'abaihim huwa aqsatu indallah, that these children who are adopted, they should be called with the name of their real father, that is more just and good. Hazrat Bara narrates that the Holy Prophet ﷺ told Hazrat Zaid, Anta akhuna wa maulana, that you are our brother and our friend. In one narration, this wording is there, Ya Zaido, Anta maulaya wa minni, wa ilayya, wa habbun nase ilayya, that, O Zaid, you are my friend, and you are from me, and I love you more than anybody else. Hazrat Ibn Umar says that Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu, for Usama bin Zaid, he gave the stipend more than their living money. And Hazrat Usama is mentioning this, that his stipend which was given to him, that was more than me. Then I asked that why it is more. He said Usama was he was more beloved to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, And this Osama bin Zaid, and that was more beloved, and his father, that is Osama, was more beloved to him than his father. So, and Hazrat Zaid loved him more than my father. And Hazrat Ali narrates that Hazrat Zaid bin Harsa, who was the freed slave of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he was the first among the Muslim who became Muslim and offered the prayer. Mentioning this thing, Hazrat Muslim Maud says that from all section of society, Allah Almighty granted the Holy Prophet ﷺ such people. Hazrat Usman, Talha, they were from very top class families of Mecca. If they say that ordinary people and lower type of people are accepting him, so and no other people has accepted than Usman, Talha, Zubair, so they were there to give the reply to this, that our family is very noble. And if they say that only some rich people have been gathered together, and while the majority of the people are poor, so they have not accepted Islam, so then Zaid and Bilal, they were there to give this reply. All these people were present, and some people say that this is a jolly company of the young people. That the reply was there that Abu Bakr is not young and without any experience. So why he has accepted the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? So anyway, whatever argument they would try to bring, but from among the companions, there were some people, they were quite ready, and they were, as a personally they were the proof of that, and this was a great blessing of Allah Almighty upon the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was blessed with that. Mentioning this point, mentioning this very point, وَوَزَانَا أَنْكَ وِزْرَكَ الَّذِي أَنْكَ زَهْرَكَ, that, O Prophet Muhammad, do the people do not see that from those provisions which make the people victorious, all those things have been provided to you as well. If the people win over because the sacrificing youth are there, they are with you. If mature old age people are the reason of victory, you have got that. And if the people rich people are also there, and if the sacrifice of the people, and if the world wins because of the sacrifice, so all these people like slaves here are running after you. So how is it possible that you are going to be defeated and these people of Mecca are going to be victorious? Anka Zahrak, in that verse, the meaning is that burden which had broken your back, that we have taken away. So, and you said that how I'm going to take care of this responsibility. So Allah Almighty gave you 5 pillars. Hazrat Abu Bakr, his pillar was there to set up the structure, and Hazrat Khadija was there, Hazrat Ali, and that was also for the roof of Islam, and Hazrat Zaid was also like that, and Warqa bin Nawfal was also one pillar to set up the roof of the Islam. So that one burden which was on your back, all these people, they shared that and took. And Hazrat Muslim Maud Radhiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu says that there were 4 people which were very close to him and very closely connected to the Holy Prophet. They believed in him. Khadija, his wife, and Hazrat Ali, he was his nephew, and Hazrat Zaid, he was the freed slave, and Abu Bakr, his friend. And the reason of their faith was that the Holy Prophet ﷺ would never ever tell a lie, and these were convinced by that. Hazrat Mirza Bashir Ahmad Sahib Zaid bin Harsa is accepting Islam, has mentioned that when the Holy Prophet preached his mission, that the first person was Hazrat Khadija, was there, and not for a second she was reluctant. And from the men and Mu'arrikhin, they differ about that. Some people say it was Abu Bakr, Abdullah bin Abi Quhafa, and some name Hazrat Ali, who was only 10 years age, and some people say that the freed slave Zaid bin Harsa, his name is also mentioned. But this dispute is not good. Hazrat Zaid and Hazrat Ali, they were like the family members. The Holy Prophet ﷺ was saying, and they said, and they believed, and there was not even need of any mentioning it. So there was no need of bringing these two. No. And apart from them, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, they were the advanced, the pioneer in bringing, and from the elder, well-known, established people, he was very outstanding. He was the first to believe. And the knowledgeable people, well experienced, Abu Bakr was there and he believed among the men. Anyway, these four were there, 3 men and 1 lady who believed in the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and they enjoy a very high status, as Hazrat Muslimud has mentioned. In the journey of Taif, Zaid was in the company of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Taif is the south east 36 miles. There is a place. It was very green, lush green, and very good type of fruits were available. If Banu Saqif were resident there, Hazrat Abu Talib, after his death, the Quraysh, the Holy Prophet, they started their persecution against the Holy Prophet ﷺ. So then Zaid bin Harsa, along with him, the Holy Prophet ﷺ went to Taif. This is on 10th Hijri, and there was a few days back in the Shawwal. He stayed there for some time, and he went to all the chiefs one by one, but no one accepted his invitation. And when they feared that their young people might be accepting his message, and they did fear that these young people, ordinary people, they may not accept his invitation, so they said that, "Oh Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you leave this town and you live in a place where your message has been accepted." And then these vagabonds of the city, they were incited. They started pelting him with stones, and he was injured. Bleeding was there. Hazrat Zaid bin Harsa. So all these stones, they used to take all these stones upon them. But Hazrat Zaid was also got injured in the head in the protection of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Hazrat Zaid, some more detail is there that will be inshallah mentioned in the next Friday sermon.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد.